max.
Me! The Reapers are coming! The Reapers are coming! I'm out of here!
Well, that's a bloody morale boost, isn't it?
In 2001, Planet Moon Studios released Giant Citizen Kabuto, a third-person sci-fi shooter that innovated fast-paced tactical battles, asymmetric multiplayer, and captivating elaborate island planet. Comprised of a single-player campaign that scales up across 3 playable races and a chaotic multiplayer component that's resurged in upcoming modern shooters, Giants has arguably remained an unsung hero of video games. With the expected release of its spiritual successor First Wonder in the wake, we've retrodden old ground to expose the magnitude of Giant's footsteps.
Jan, what are they doing to your home?
Bastards! They lied again!
Initially conceived as an online-only shooter pitting different races of different abilities and size against each other, Giants would eventually be shipped with a single-player component that introduced players to the game mechanics and objectives found in the multiplayer. During the lengthy campaign, you start playing as Baz the McCann, a very British jetpack-laden soldier of sorts who has journeyed to the planet to find one of his companions, Reg. You are initially accompanied by Tel, a fellow McCann, but as you progress, your squadron grows to include 4 in total. You also gain a varied arsenal of lethal weapons, some old favourites like the sniper rifle and machine gun, as well as the more creative and devastating Millennium Mortar.
Fancy a pint? Thought you'd never ask.
You then go on to play as Princess Delphi, a Sea Reaper, an amphibious humanoid, who allies herself with the McCanns in an effort to rid the land of her evil mother, Queen Saphos. She uses her turbo ability to traverse islands and speed across the landscape. Rather than gun-toting, she uses equally deadly bows with similar characteristics to her McCann counterparts. But arguably, her most lethal weapon is the sword, allowing her to massacre large groups darting from enemy to enemy. On top of this, she can also use a range of spells including a slowdown of time, giant hailstorm, and obliterate with a massive tornado.
Halt! Halt indeed! Halt! Oh, halt!
I can't believe what you just did!
All under control, my child.
The final playable character is the titular Kabuto, a thundering behemoth who casts a daunting shadow over the landscape and its inhabitants. As you progress, you increase in size with the consumption of the native Smarties, eventually producing commandable offspring. Your main weapon is your destructive self, and like many classic giant monsters, you smash and stomp whilst grabbing and consuming your enemies. He also performs aerial wrestling moves like elbow drops and body slams.
Oh, that's got to be the sickest thing I've ever seen. Thanks to that poncy git there.
Penned by Williams, Giants has an engaging story throughout with brilliant comedic timing. The player is faced with a variety of mission objectives, completely changing the gameplay at some points. From Search and Destroy to the innovative RTS-inspired base building levels, you're also introduced to vehicles predominantly in the race segments of Delphi's campaign. Although there is some repetition, the core gameplay of shooting, flying and traversing the massive maps is so satisfying that it rarely becomes boring.
Oh, me savior!
Wait! She deserved it!
The multiplayer is an extension of the single player's epic battles and pits players against each other in a variety of competitive modes. Each match allows a maximum of 5 mechs, 3 Sea Reapers and a Kabuto. As well as Search and Destroy, players also compete in a death match and capture the flag variant Capture the Smartie. Many of the game mechanics successfully translate over, and it's highly rewarding to use the skills you've honed across the story. 13 years on, avid fans still compete and multiplayer matches can be found. The game pioneered asynchronous play and has arguably paved the way for such anticipated games as Evolved.
Don't say it!
But I must. I am
Wait!
your father. It is all right to weep tears of joy, my child. Yes.
Planet Moon's Amityville engine allowed the game to boast giant drawing distances across massive maps that divided into islands surrounded by seas and lakes. As well as grasslands, you visit deserts, forests and icy mountain ranges. These are also inhabited by a variety of native creatures including the Smarties, Vimp and Rippers. As you sprawl the land, you're accompanied by Mark Snow, Mark Morgan and Jeremy Soul's epic orchestral score. Music that perfectly suits and even enhances the action and embodiment of these weird and wonderful characters. Giants pioneered the age of tactical shooters asynchronous multiplayer whilst weaving an operatic tale of beasts, survival and revenge. The game maintains an otherworldly beauty even to today, whilst fully captivating the imagination, and hopefully First Wonder will astound again.
She says you must now all run into oncoming traffic with your genitalia exposed.